Alright, what's up guys? Today we have the world record 30 speedrun for Mob of the Dead solo. This is a failed run I'm doing before. I'm going to reset here shortly instead of the real run. Just need some extra footage. Didn't have enough points to get this door, and so the run's cooked. But here we go. So first what you'll notice is that when I spawn, I instantly can move and get to the revive faster than usual. Usually do a little ground animation. That's because I'm playing at 45 FPS. It's just a little trick that happens with the engine. I don't know what causes it. I just noticed it. First, you immediately buy the M14 and run to the opposite side. That way you can get an angle on this spawn here. Get some easy kills. So yeah, I see it. I see the little dust particles, so now I can get the perfect spot. That's 3 kills right there. Here's 4, 5, and then my last one behind me. Go to InstaShop to get the double points. We're going to be taking double points and leaving after round 2. So make sure that you got your, kills are all in order and your times ready. Usually get out with about 2,000 points, which would be just the right range for the next couple doors. I throw grenades up here just to cover the spawns. It's a bit of an early strat, and it can be screwed over by, bad spawns, but it ended up working out right here. Get another kill there. Kind of bouncing back between all the windows, making sure they're all checked. And I know the last one's back here. And we get a 23-second round 2. Really good. Previous world record was a 29-second round 2. Throw the grenade. I'm going down here for a next double points. So I have to get in afterlife mode. Right in this open area. And the whole thing I'm looking for here is to get a nuke on round 3. That way we get a perfect round 3 time. So you're not gonna see me stress about the zombie kills. I was able to get part back here. It's really good. That's the best part to have. Briefcase. Now that we have nuke, I get at 23 seconds. Perfect round end. And I just spam E, getting ready for the door. And we get to infirmary by 146. Really good time. Get the next part for the Blundergat here. The final setup is going to be Mark II and Blundergat, if you didn't know the strat. Now, round 4 is just kind of a headshot simulator. You're going back and forth between these 2 spawns, double tapping heads, trying to hope for insta-kill. I was lucky enough to get insta-kill here. Now I just switched to M1911, just for headshots, more points, making sure my points are staying up. At 30 seconds, I throw grenades just in case for the last spawns there. I see double points, so I do back for it, just for the minuscule points to get there. And then I knife the last couple zombies. But still, stellar time right now, 240, leaving infirmary. Always a good sign. Sometimes in other runs, you'll get about 3 minutes when you're leaving the spot at round 5, but luckily enough here. Terrible jump. Bad fall damage. There's a way to skip that if you get the right distance. Going into afterlife mode, I'm going to be unlocking the warden's key and the warden's office here. Because every second I spend in afterlife mode is another second I'm not killing zombies, so just adding to the round. So I need to make sure I get in these spawns first and just start killing as soon as I can. Mark II is already set in the box due to the first box patch, so first hit will be Mark II. Max ammo last in cycle means like I finished my first drop cycle by round 5. Start the new one with insta-kill. Go back to M1911, it's just faster. Then I get another drop, and another drop, 3. Looks like I'm cheating. Not even gonna lie. But it's just crazy luck on this run, and it's what carried me through all the way to the end. And about that time, I hear the zombie stop spawning, so I hit the nuke. Ends the round. Really good time. I'm going down here again so I can turn on Speed Cola. This will be the last time I go down. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm going down one more time at docks to open up the cage. So that's all 3 parts. I have the key ready when I leave the area. I'm going to be running down through double tap after I finish this round. I'm stressing about headshots because I need those extra points because I need 1 more box hit and an extra door that costs 1,500 in total. I get double points, luckily enough. So now I can just spray I don't put the Blundergat into the box yet. You see me there, so I actually pull out the 5/7s like a dumbass. Just really unfortunate. I had to pull up an extra 950 points just to get the right thing. Get another double points and a nuke, so I can finish this round out with a plus 800, getting me to 1500 to buy the door. So I'm completely fine here. Grab Warden's Key, start heading this way. Now this next spot I call a 2-spot. There's a lot of 2 spots in this map to where you just look at one angle or the other angle and you'll see the zombies spawning. The 2 spawns you'll see right here are straight behind me and just through this window. So it's easy to kind of manage control low rounds with just the Blundergat shooting back and forth. And with Speed Cola, Blundergat becomes a menace of groups. So I can kind of keep up, get some headshots, make sure my points are still up. It's always a concern in the back of my head not having enough points. You kind of need to make sure you farm it enough. Now this spot I think was entirely founded by SecondaryColors, this little spot here where we can find these 2 windows. I'll have him on later when we get to the cage rounds, just talking about the experiences and all the history behind this run. For now, I see the zombies stop spawning, so this last one's here. Finish it out. Finishing round 7 before minute 6, really good. There's another 2 spot here. Where I'm looking right down to that patch, you'll see the zombie spawn there, and you also see them spawn right here. So you kind of just look at these 2 spots and use the Mark II for the long distance shots. Now I do miss one zombie getting past on the bottom here. You don't have to worry too much about it if it happens, like right there. They come up to you anyway, so they're gonna be behind you. You just gotta make sure that the timing is right. Right there. And he's gone, taken care of it, and there's not even more spawns to worry about. I get insta-kill, so I switch to the Blundergat just to make it a bit easier and save some ammo. I hear last zombie, don't know where he is, back upstairs. That finishes the round. Now, you see me turn around and shoot the Mark II, that's just for the speed boost it gives you when you do this. You are a bit of ways down Spiral Staircase, so you can get caught up and get some bad spawns. So right now you'll see me looking up, because through those grates you can shoot zombies. I end up not even shooting a single zombie through those grates, because all of them can come through the Citadel tunnels. And we're going to get a lot more drop luck here. As you can see, first we start with double points, and immediately after a nuke, which is, you know, perfect timing. It's going to be just in time to finish the round out at 41 seconds, which is when this round ends. I want to get this double points just in case. But ultimately, I know the zombies above me don't matter anymore because I get the nuke and just finish the round out. Warden spawns. He's not an issue. Mark II just his brains out. Drops an insta-kill. It's nice, but, you know, not necessary. I actually did miss the nuke spawn here. I didn't kill the last zombie. I was off by half a second or even less. But I was able to finish out there and still get a good time. Now we're shocking to get Jug and to build our Blundergat. Or sorry, our Acid Gat. Rushing down using the workbench right immediately below. My game plan here is just to get the Gat as fast as possible, get across docks, and get into the cage. That way you can manipulate the spawns. Just getting an insta-kill here is really helpful. It just makes all the explosions basically guarantee a kill if they hit, and they always hit because the explosions are big. Open the cage up, and I just hug this wall. I don't hit the shock box just yet. I don't want to enter Afterlife mode. I just want to keep spamming explosions right on me. As soon as I go red screen here, you see me Afterlife just to make sure I don't die and lose my perks. That'll be the last time you see me go down. And now we're officially in the last spot of this run. That's round 10. At this time, my buddy SecondaryColors calls me, so he's actually gonna hop in now in the commentary and give you some advice, you know, some little tips and tidbits. But I paused here for a second. SecondaryColors, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, it's me, SecondaryColors. The sad man that lost his.
Hey,
Sad
lost his record. I mean, there's so much of us going back and forth, and like a lot of history we can talk about here while I just go through these rounds. Basically, all you do want to do these rounds is just shoot the floor with your acid gat and kill all zombies. Make sure you got max ammos. Try to get perfect rounds with your round timers. I also do check the round timers with this website called B2WTF or B2.WTF. Has all the round timers and calculates, solo, duo, trios, 4-player, and what round, how many seconds it takes to do the perfect rounds. A lot of people use it just for all their runs. I know I use it. I know Secondary uses it. I probably has it memorized because he's played this game so much. But I'm still dumb.
Yeah, this is 43. This is 2 seconds off.
Yeah, 2 seconds off, perfect. 43 there. So you'll see us say that a lot between these rounds. Each round saying, "Oh, what was the perfect time? We were that many seconds off," and like what the deficit is, because it does add up over time, and you could lose runs that way. But as long as you keep it under tempo and keep it like under 5 seconds minimum, you're usually in a good spot each round. Now, Steiner, correct me if I'm wrong, but your run had stayed up for about 8 months before I had beaten it here. Is that correct?
About 8.5, yeah.
8.5. So I know it's sad to see your baby go, but it's it's about time. You just found a new daddy.
Yeah. That threw me off guard. But I guess you're Mob's daddy now. Anyway.
I don't think Mob's dead. I think there's still like definitely room to improve and to beat. It just overall, you could do some stuff.
Yeah, there's some time save which we'll go over.
Mm-hmm.
But the setup is pretty optimized. There's only like certain things that can be corrected, which I mean, I don't think.
Yeah, there are very little mistakes, and especially with my double nukes before round 6, both cycles is just crazy. That's like unheard of drop luck, and I definitely will get hack investigated for this run, but it's totally legitimate. The SecondaryColors was in there live with me, holding my hand all the way, giving me my drop cycles and my perfect round times, telling me my little corner, much like how he is now in the commentary. And there we go. We finish off the round.
Really close to perfect here with a 1 second deficit.
Yeah.
So only 1 second off perfect, and that's really good. Out an insta.
Yeah, without an insta, that's
really
Sorry.
You're good. You're good. It's unscripted. We're good.
Yeah, unscripted here. We're just kind of going off it.
We're doing it the same night it happened. So
we were recording this. Yeah. It is also 5 in the morning. Yeah, very late night rendezvous, just like getting this run out. I wanted to upload it as fast as possible, just because it's a new world record. I'm excited about it. Let's talk about the history. So originally this cage run was founded by a player with a Z in their name. You'll have to remind me, Secondary, what their name is.
Their name is Zapper.
Zapper. They originally found this cage strat and
with a U.
Okay, it's Zapper with a U. They originally found this cage strat and like how you can manipulate spawns here and just get all the Astia kills, and we've been using it ever since. Huth had this run for a long time before Becca beat them, and then she got her run removed, and that was kind of held out. It was kind of like a situation the same way that Buried was held by Shades for a while until he got banned. But we kind of just knew that Becca's run was legitimate for at least Mob, at least in my opinion. So we kind of held that time as world record.
The Becca's time, she had taken everything off of her Z. So that's where the game got lost time. And so I had found out about it from, I believe, Vexo, but I could be wrong. It's one of the 30 that remind me. I think it was Xscape that ultimately made me aware of that.
Yeah, but after we found some refinements to the strat and just pathing, SecondaryColors was the first to step foot into the records and beating it. whole-handedly beating Huth, beating Becca as well, and just getting a perfect time, getting the first world record that's changed in a couple years, honestly, of this run. And then after that, it was just a cataclysm of back and forth between me, Secondary Colors, and another runner called Broken Head, a Brazilian player who I adapted some of my strats from. And it's a very good
Brokenhead
player.
really came. Brokenhead really came with a different kind of route strategy. That he really went for drop cycles early, and that he played pretty much for resetting optimal drop cycles. But he had also, but in doing so, has really slow early game, and so he had really slow round times. The first four, well, the
Mm.
first three, which are really important because in this run, I believe you left at what, 146 to
Yeah, that's correct.
at the beginning. Yeah, 146. He left at like 156. And he had used a nuke just like you did, but he's gonna be 10 seconds faster there, just
Mm.
based on better play or resetting in the early game and
Yeah,
just better setup.
and I cannot stress you enough how many resets I've truly gone on this map. I've been putting so many hours after. I've been killing my stream because nobody wants to watch me just play the same 5 rounds over and over again. But I persisted. I kept going, and on this random fucking April 4th or April 3rd night, it just happened to click, and we were able to get the run. Less than an hour of playing today. It was really crazy to see. As you can see, the game plan doesn't really change too much. Just keeping your drop cycles in tandem, making sure they're tracked. Keep shooting the same spots, getting the round ends on perfect timings, as you can see right here. As I'm just staring at the ground, shooting the floor.
I believe that this is the worst cage round from the
No.
20s, 10 to 20s. Well, there'll be more or
Yeah,
less,
individual
less of,
rounds. I definitely had some worse. I think
but
my worst round was 9 seconds additional, which is really
yeah.
bad.
But I just was meaning in the first like 10 of the cage, which would be like round 10 to
Yeah, around 10 to
because like
20.
you're because you're round 14, 15, and I believe 13 were pretty solid, and I
Yeah,
just think
they're
that 17 is the only
near
one that really
perfect.
tripped you up here.
Mm-hmm. Now, at this point, you will see some headlesses and just kind of getting past and some crawlers. You do need to double up on your shots. Got a max ammo here, so I'm just going to use my ammo sparingly, kind of, if I can shoot it correctly. Oh, we should also talk about this strat I'm using to shoot the acid gat. It's called single gat. It's when you hold down mouse 1 and hover your Merc 2, and then switch weapons while still holding down mouse 1. It enables you to shoot a single pellet from the acid gat, but it shoots 3, but only consuming 1 bullet at a time instead of being a burst. It really opens up how much you can push this spot and how much the acid gat really does carry. I remember when I do my first runs ever of this run, when I was in 8th place, thinking I would never get first. I was never even single gatting because I didn't know how to do it yet, and I thought it was too hard. And then after I learned it, it became super easy, and it's just like I get it every time. Barely see mess ups. Now, some other things I want to talk about while having secondary colors here is just making sure, like the legitimacy of all this stuff. There's not some splicing going on. It will have to be retimed, so the initial timer at the end will say a different number than what will actually be true, just because the clock was a bit off. I probably imagine it's because I have 45 FPS. But if I can get a stamp of approval just right here, secondary colors, live reaction, your mod's perspective, do you think I cheated?
No.
And there you go. There you go. Stamps approval from the judge, the GOAT, secondary colors. If you don't know him, fuck you.
uh, no, the reason your timer is 1 second off, Zio's timer is like bugged, and it's either one behind or with whatever time. Some timer, because like we're using the same patch, but might be
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit.
and so
But what we're saying is just like it could be 1 second ahead or behind. You know, the patch just kind of gets a little bit wonky with the round timers, but it's overall a good tracker. It's mostly reliable, not entirely reliable, but mostly. That's all we really care for here. It's a really bad round here. 4 seconds behind, you know. I messed with execution a bit. And as we move into the last 9 rounds here, I want to show just, you know, overall what it means to just kind of keep these rounds going. I'm kind of just shooting for the center, as always. Making sure I'm stacking my shots to kill them, just in case the 3 don't kill. And I like keeping the oxygen tank down there in the center, just because sometimes the pellets will hit it, and it's in the dead center of the room, so it gets all around, and gets all 3 spawn locations on the side, and even some on the other walls. Saving the insta-kill for the end of the round. I hit the nuke again on accident. Luckily, it doesn't screw me over with drops. With insta-kills, you always have to make sure you're conserving your ammo correctly. You're not overshooting it and just, you know, wasting ammo that you won't get back with the max ammo. Because, you know, drop cycles aren't going to be on your side every time. As you can see, I'm finishing up the round. Get a really good round there. Almost perfect. 1 second off. Oh, sorry, 2 seconds off. My mistake.
And that's the power of insta-kills.
Yeah, absolutely. They change how round ends, especially after 20 work. Because sometimes you'll just set up your shots and you'll only make a bunch of headlesses and then they won't die for another 3 or 4 seconds for no reason. Sometimes they'll even take a swipe on you and you'll die just because, you know, it's screwed.
It's very noticeable to 26 to 30.
Absolutely. You definitely gotta increase your damage output just with the acid gat. I don't want to hit this nuke because it doesn't really do me any good. It's not going to end the round, nor is it going to give me a drop. And if it does give me a drop, it could screw me over and make it out of bounds. Out of bounds drops only happen when you use nukes in the spot. You won't get them with the acid gat. All of them will spawn in the inside, like as you see here, with these double points and max ammos. I'm a bit late to the round finish, so it's going to be add some seconds here. 4 right there.
Which isn't too bad, but I want to add anything in 20 that's like...
Yeah, 4 to like 6 is like where your range, like, that's gonna be like your okays. 6 and beyond is gonna be your bads, and then under 4 is gonna be your goods. Yeah, just keep sure you're on par with our times. If you're, you know, if I'm talking to the person that's listening to this, looking for all the strats and writing this all down and trying to give it a try, I generally recommend it. It's a really fun run once you get used to it, if you can give the patience. It is a bit RNG dependent, especially with how this run came out. So don't get your hopes too high up with your skill issues. Definitely some RNG goes into it. Another insta-kill to end the round out. This will be a really good time for me. I'm looking at 53 seconds to finish it off. And there we go, 1 second off, almost perfect. I don't believe I get any perfect rounds in this entire run, but getting 1 second off is basically the same, because getting a perfect round is extremely hard to time, and almost unheard of, you know. It's been done before, but
a little bit of luck.
Yeah, it's extremely luck-based.
Especially with the pellets, because you can't actually control where the...
Yeah,
it would be different if you could.
Yeah, all the pellets are random.
Everywhere, and they cannot hit every spawn at the same time. So, like, when you shoot the 3 bullets, you're going to hit all... But, say your first bullet of your acid gat hit the zombies, they would die faster than your 3rd bullet. That takes half a second or a second, which is the difference in the round ends.
Yeah, and every second matters. So, you know, that's the main thing that I worry about here. Every second matters.
And it only continues to matter as this wreck...
Yeah, absolutely. I did get called out here a little bit. I almost go down. I restabilize, finish the round out. It's a really bad round. That's about 9 seconds additional. It's my worst round of the entire run. We're around 24. So if you ever want to learn from me, don't do what I did there, where I screw up, almost get downed, and try to play a little catch up with the Acid Gat in Mark II. There's not how you play the rounds. Luckily enough, I was able to afford the mistake with how much I sped ahead. I am getting a little bit low on ammo, so I'm worried about that there. Making sure you will run out of Acid Gap before you run out of Mark II doing this strat. Luckily enough, I get an insta-kill here, so I can kind of save my rounds. Although I almost go down here again, a lot of just misplays right there, like little things that almost get me, sacrifice the entire run. Trying to conserve as much ammo as possible here, because I never know, if my max ammo is going to be in the next 3 zombies or the next 300 zombies. It could always be a bad thing. 4 seconds additional here. Getting a little bit topsy-turvy. You don't want too many of those because they do add up. Now, it's always been a superstition of mine to bet if I need max ammo, I pick up the oxygen tank. And then it'll give me a max ammo. And my superstition paid off because, obviously, I don't run out of ammo. You're seeing the completed run. But I get it, I think, right about here. After the shot. Yeah, there it is. Luckily enough. And I believe this might be the last max. No, I get one more max ammo in the next run, and I just go off just my, just base amount, what I have left in the mag. As we rear into the last 4 seconds, I do want to appreciate and give a special thank you to everyone that has contributed to this run. Again, shout out Becca, Huth, Broken Head, SecondaryColors, and shout out myself for getting the record. It was really time consuming. It was fun. Give me something to do. And I really am appreciative to have the record now. SecondaryColors did say he was gonna, get it eventually from me, which I'm excited to see and see how far he pushes it. Anything to say about that, Secondary?
I will eventually. I mean, mine stood for 8 months. Yours might stand for 8 months. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah. I definitely got some time on it with the drop luck I got.
The main problem in this run in the 20s is what I'm seeing is maxes are coming really bad. You're low on ammo, so you're conserving ammo to try and get maxes instead of just getting maxes.
Yeah, a little trip up there. Almost let a zombie hit me. If you could take about 1 swipe and still be fine, get another max ammo here. That's the last max ammo of the game. So I'm trying to finish the round as much as I can out before I do that.
It is also the best max ammo of the game because
yeah, absolutely. It comes in the clutch.
The entire round.
Almost gets double swiped again. You can take 1 swipe, but as soon as you take the second one, you start going red screen. If you have a red screen, you're basically dead, just because your regen takes so long. And it was the finish round. My second worst round with 7 seconds of deficit. Supposed to end at 58 and finished it at 105. Not the best, Definitely room for improvement, if anyone wants to push this further. But, it's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna say it's easy, I'm not gonna lie to you. Accidentally walk into a nuke. At this point, I don't have to worry, because I have enough ammo to finish out the game. I was kind of worried about if I got an insta-kill or not. I didn't. I checked. So now I just keep spamming. Now, at this point, I'm just hoping for an insta-kill. I know I have Warden next round, and it can always give me a good drop if I run out of ammo, or if I need insta-kill. Maybe even a nuke to save me a couple rounds. Anything that can be useful there. Just hopefully not a double points. Round end here, so I just start spamming. It's a bit bad, Oh, actually, that's my worst round there. That's my 10 seconds. I was wrong. 10-second deficit right there. Should be 56. It's 106. So that, I got a 9-second, a 10-second, and a 7-second deficit on 3 separate rounds. Really goes to show how much this can be pushed and just how much time can be saved.
I believe your 28 is 58 seconds, which would have been 8 seconds and 10 on the deficit there.
B2 says it's 56. So I just go up what B2 says.
Alright. Okay.
Not to call you wrong or anything. Yeah.
Nah, I'm going off memory.
Yeah. So in my last stretch of ammo here, really to spread it thin while also just spamming it to make sure all the zombies are dead. Really tough spot to be in. I'm just hoping for an insta-kill. It's in cycle, but I'm just not getting a drop. It's nothing's dropping. And you know, to add the cherry on top, this fucking bastard shows up. Brutus here in a second. Yeah, here he is. Luckily enough, I did get an insta-kill off him. So just go right back to the acid gat, use the last couple rounds. Accidentally throw a grenade, but it doesn't matter. And there's the end of the round. 103. Only 4-second deficit in the last round, which is really hard to do. And there it is. 30-29, we believe. And maybe a 30-30. We'll have to see in the round. And then this is my only commentary that I give in the entire run, because I was muted for most of it. Morty's a fucking chud. And I stand by those words. And I stand by those words. Alright, well, thank you for watching. This is the new world record. If you want to try to beat it, you know, take my strats, take my, you know, take my, I don't know, take my ideas. If you have any better ideas or even updates to give me that make the run better, I'd be glad to hear it. Send them in the comments. Or even ping me on Discord. You know, I'd love to see what, you know, this run becomes. And if it's got some more room to push. Thank you for watching. Hope you all have a great day.